We know women, first of all, not supposed to preach in a church, but this is a Christian coming from her perspective, and I guess she has a gift. But let's listen. Shalom.
This is for the ladies, but it's not for the super sensitive. So scroll on if you don't want to hear about demons and V-spots. But demons like to hide in the reproductive organs of women. Why do you think there are a lot of men who are out there addicted to sex? This might be too heavy for you. You might want to keep scrolling. The year was 2016, and I was doing a mass deliverance. I got started doing deliverance that year, and my first maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 deliverances were all mass deliverance. There were probably 100 women on the line. There was a lot of coughing, vomiting, sneezing, demons crying out. You know, the typical sounds of deliverance. That's when I heard the Lord say, call demons out of their private parts. I went King James on the Lord like, nay. No, but seriously, I silently responded to the Lord like, Lord, that's weird. Like most ministers at that time, there was a whole lot of self-preservation that I had going. Meaning I was worried about how I looked. Howbeit, I went ahead and I obeyed the Lord, and I started calling demons out of the private parts of women. And over the years, I've actually found that that's a normal practice. I just didn't know it back then. Get this, the line had gotten kind of silent. There was still some noise. But once I called them out of their houses, that line got loud, really loud. Meaning there were a lot of women who were dealing with STDs. You get what I'm saying? Sexually transmitted demons, if you need me to spell it out. At that time, I didn't know how they got in there. I just kept doing the deliverance, and when it was over with, once I got off the line, I started praying. I was like, okay, Lord, we need to have a talk. How did they get demons there? And I noticed it was really common. You want to know how he responded? You can still turn back now if this is too heavy for you. He said they got in there through sexual sin, but they were secured by pride. Let me explain. It might get a little graphic. Fornication is a sin against your own body. And anything that has life in it, that has the ability to sin, can be demonized, including the human body. God explained it to me this way. So I'm just going to get graphic. You know, during sex, a lot of times what the man does is he keeps complimenting the woman's ability to perform. After sex, men have a tendency to boast and say things to a woman about her ability to perform or the structure of her body. Perverted praise induces pride. So the woman picks up those spirits during sex, but they use pride to secure themselves. Before long, you find that woman boasting about her ability to perform. Not realizing that the dude she slept with says that to every woman. It's what his demons tell him to say. It secures his spot, if you know what I mean, and allows him to return, because here's the thing about pride. Like every other spirit, it has to be fed. Yes, men can get STDs as well. This is why the Bible tells us to present our bodies as living sacrifices. Following like for more. All right, sexually transmitted demons, men's edition. We've established in a previous video that men can also have demons living in their sexual organs. This is typically going to be the spirit of lust. The spirit of lust likes to get into 3 parts of the human: behind the eyes, in the stomach, and of course in the sexual organs. And obviously it gets in the heart. We don't have to talk about that. It gets behind the eyes so that it can cause a man or a woman to lust after another person. And understand that lust is not always sexual. Lust is jealousy, coveting what somebody else has. It means to have an ungodly desire for something. When it gets in the stomach, it creates gluttony. And when it gets in the sexual organs, it creates insatiable lust. It partners with the lust in the heart. Therefore, a man finds himself first feeling the arousal, or sometimes dealing with the thoughts. One or the other. One provokes the other. So if he's dealing with the thoughts, it provokes him to get aroused, or he may find himself just suddenly getting aroused, and then all of a sudden he finds a solution in the thought. So not necessarily a solution. He starts thinking about a solution in the thought. And demons are very strategic. So all of a sudden, a lust-filled man may get a thought about an ex-girlfriend of his, not realizing that the enemy is being strategic in that. Humans tend to be emotional. Demons tend to be intentional, or better yet, strategic. So the reason he had a thought about that particular ex-girlfriend is, 1, because men are territorial creatures, but we're talking spiritually. But 2, it could be because she may be on a process to getting free. Demons use soul ties as bridges. This means that his soul tie with her allowed his demons to cross over into her life. This is to say that when a woman starts going through her process of freedom, or when a man goes through his process of freedom, people who are demonized will oftentimes find themselves being inundated with thoughts about that person. 3, her demons could be summoning him. What do you think a love spell is? It's a witch partnering with unclean spirits to speak to the spirits and a person who's already bound. You can't cast a love spell on a free man. Of course, there are many other reasons. When a man deals with lust, a lot of times he will start struggling with porn. What does porn do? It's a downward spiral. It causes a man to objectify the body of a woman, thus objectifying women themselves. This robs him of his ability to love a woman. Another way of saying this is he loses his God complex. Remember, we were created in the image of God, and God is love. So by losing his ability to love women, he's losing his ability to be like God. And finally, it's a point of contact that Satan can use to bring a man deeper and deeper into bondage. You see, a man becomes one with every woman he sleeps with. That's biblical. This means that even when he walks away from a woman, he leaves a part of himself with her, and she leaves a piece of herself with him. It also ensures that if he gets married, he will destroy his own marriage, thus destroying his own image, because a woman is a reflection of her husband. In short, sexually transmitted demons cause men to hand over their destiny in exchange for an orgasm.
If you are in my field, my physical proximity to me, you are going to now be in my auric or energy field, and I in yours. There is going to be a mixing of our energy fields. Our energy fields don't only consist of vibrations, but they also consist of intelligence. They consist of trauma, they consist of emotions, and they consist of karma. So when we mix with someone, we literally are taking on their energetic field. We're taking on their karmic. And when I say karmic, I'm talking about ancestral, I'm talking about lineage, thousands of years of energy. And I'm also talking about ancestral. I hesitate to say this, but I'm going to say it because it's a reality in the spiritual realm. There are ancestral curses that stay with people.
1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor revelators, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. And such was 11th verse. And such were some of you. But ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh and by the Spirit of our power, Yahweh. Shalom.